Joining us from Abuja is Chairman, House Committee on Media and Publicity, Benjamin Kalu. He is also spokesman of the House of Representatives. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 7. Sir, you are from Abia State and by implication from the Niger Delta. And this means you have a stake and you also speak for the House. Help us better understand the allegations against the Parliament. First, how true is it that the National Assembly is not in support of forensic auditing?
Thank you.
If you can hear me, Honorable Kalu, I am asking at this time, how true is that allegation that the National Assembly is not in support of forensic auditing?
Very untrue. I have the three things to take away from this interview that was granted by NDDC are as follows. One, that we are not in support of the forensic auditing. And two, that we are the ones delaying the budget of the NDDC. Three, that we are pardoning the budget of NDDC, and if you like, maybe four, that presidential regional projects in the budget were removed by us. All these are misrepresentation, misinformation, fake news to the public, deliberately, taken out there to deceive the vulnerable public. The issue remains on forensic auditing. A beautiful idea from the president, welcomed by the House. And based on that, we started looking for instruments to make this a reality. The NDDC had to prove to the public how they were committed towards carrying out this directive of the president. And when we got their budget, we discovered that, just like the chairman said, there was no budget line in the budget that captured the forensic auditing. It was not provided for. There was no fund for it. It was on the instruction of the leadership of the House and the committee that we insisted that this must be included in the budget because the directive has been given by the president and it is good for the region of Niger Delta where I'm from. Now, if we don't support this forensic audit, why would we insist that it should be part of the budget of 2019? It is for Nigerians to judge. But going forward, it doesn't mean that because they are doing forensic audit, the provision of Section 88 and 89 of the Constitution that gave us a mandate to carry out oversight function should not be carried out to the letter. So that's why the investigative committee that has been set up will go ahead and do their job. It has no way of impeding the progress of the forensic auditing. It has no way of affecting it. The only question there is, people have been asking, Section 85, sub 3, paragraph A and B of the Constitution, with regards to the functions of the Auditor General of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in the appointment of the external auditors, was it implemented to the letter? That is a story for another day, which we will find out in the course of our investigative proceeding with the NDDC. Now, the next issue is the issue of budget, whether we or not we delay the budget. The provision of the Establishment Act, which is the NDDC Establishment Act 2000, in Section 18, subsection 1, made it very clear that every 30th of September of the preceding year of the budget must be presented. And this Ninth Assembly came into place June of 2019. And we were expecting to see in place that budget in line with the provision of this 18.1 of the Establishment Act. There was no budget. We waited from June till September to October. It was in November, precisely on the 13th of November of 2019, that I, Benjamin Kalu, moved a motion asking the NDDC to present their budget. They complied on the 26th of November. But they did that in an inchoate manner because they did not accompany it with the required document. What document is that? That document is the performance report of the previous year, 2018. You know, if we don't have that, it will be difficult for us to benchmark the 2019 against 2018. They delayed that, and the question becomes, why do they delay it? The answer is that the more they delay it, the more they do extra budgetary expenses. The more they spend outside the budget that is not monitored, and that is illegal. And that is one of the things I canvassed in my motion, that NDDC was spending illegally, and they needed to come within the legal framework of the Constitution with regard to the expenses. Now, when they wanted to comply on the, they came back on the, we wrote them on the 4th of December. They visited us on the 10th of December. Again, they did not come with this performance report. We now waited for them again up till 5th of February. So who is now delaying the budget? The National Assembly or the NDDC that refused to give us the performance report of how they spent the money in 2018? They only presented it and defended on the 5th.
All right, Honorable Kalu, I get the explanation you are giving about the NDDC not coming up with the performance report, which is to accompany its annual budget. But let's put into consideration another allegation against the parliament, and that is the issue of padding the budget and removing the president project. How true is this?
Good. Thank you very much. Very beautiful. Very beautiful question. I must say that there is no budget padding. Actually, what we did was reduction, budget reduction. How do I say so? Why do I say so? The NDDC presented to us a budget of 406 billion, which was in excess of their source of revenue by 63 billion naira. And we asked them to cut their coat according to their size. How can you spend the money you don't have? So they brought 409 billion naira worth of budget. We cut it down to 345 billion. And we removed the 63 billion because there was no way, they couldn't justify where the source of that money will come from. And when people say, pardon the budget, and that we put in 1,000, 7,000 projects into the budget, I laugh. And why do I say so? Why do I laugh? I laugh because it appears to me that the IMC, they are not in touch with the statistics of what is happening in their commission. I think we know more at the National Assembly more than them, because to my knowledge, the total budget, the capital in our budget between 2018 and 2019 is 5,959 projects. Again, 5,959 projects. Now, even it's 5,959 projects, how many of these projects came from 2018? 5,416 projects came from 2018. Now, if you deduct that from 5,959 projects, it will be giving you 543 projects. 543 projects remains the only new project in the 2019 budget. So where is he getting his figures? Where did he get 1,000 projects? Where did he get 7,000 projects?
All right, Honorable
and this is fake
Kalu.
news because it is deceiving the public. So,
all right, we need to end the conversation here. We must sincerely appreciate you for your talk insights at this time, giving us the perspective of the National Assembly on this issue. I've been speaking with Honorable Benjamin Kalu, his chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Media and Publicity.